Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I got here a little bit late today. I am, God, man, I watched Steve Smith. What a freaking monster. Oh, my God. I watched the, hey, Jim. I watched the Steve Smith on at the PASIC 2017 conference. And that 45 minutes of sheer just edumacating. Oh my God, really cool stuff. And there's a printout that he had for the show, and it's on Scribd. You can sign up with a free trial, and if you don't want to keep it, you can cancel it before the free trial's over. And that's what I plan on doing. But I don't know. It's kind of cool. Scribd, whatever it's called, is actually pretty. They got a nice selection of books and readables and stuff. So I went through and did that, and I worked on my hands this morning. And some of these inversions are really cool. He's got a thing with flam taps, and then flam paradiddles, where he's using it's like flam taps on the diddles. And it was very introspective, breaking things up into groups of 3s and 5s, 2s and 3s, and 3s and 5s, 7s, and all that. And wow, what a master. I've got, I've been through all that stuff in the past, going through metric modulation and stuff like that. But man, he just takes it to a whole nother level. And it's times like that make me really sort of like look at my drumming and go, oh my God, how much do I have to learn? It seems like there's just not enough time to practice, and that's what this has been doing for me. This particular series of rehearsal videos, it's been holding me accountable for my practice time. So whether or not anybody shows up, it's just basically for my own edification that I come in here and do this, because I have to keep track of it. And I figured I might as well just go ahead and put my butt out in the middle of the road for everybody to see. And, hey, look at me over here. But, yeah, got the, what do we got? Cranberry lime today. Oh my gosh, this stuff's so good. And what have I worked on today? I worked on hand stuff with that Steve Smith printout. Developing a vocabulary for improvising. It's 2 sheets, and it's got some really cool stuff on it. I'm going to hold it up. You guys, I hope you can see that. But, I worked on that, and, I've been doing the permutation studies and future sounds as well. That's been a lot of fun, revisiting these books. And I went over permutation study number 10. I actually cranked the metronome up to about 116 and kind of blew through those pretty quick. And they're turning out pretty good. So I think I'm going to play through that at the increased tempo, and then I'll move over to permutation study number 11. And I'll probably have to slow that one down because I'm about halfway through that one. It's just getting my head around it. But as I was talking about yesterday, trusting the movement, when you play these things, these exercises, basically you're just permutating everything over by 1/16 notes. So that being said, what this gets you to do, these exercises have you start the lick on every note within the phrase. So another way to look at it or to think about it is you take the face of a clock. If both, say if it says 3 o'clock on a clock, well, what if I took the face of the clock and then twisted it over to like where the 1 was at the top dead center and the 4 was there, and then move over to 2 and then 3, 4, and so on and so forth, like that. So it's basically the phrase starts itself at different points. The lick does. So trusting the lick, trusting the movement that you create, the pattern, that's really how to get inside of it. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna get inside this stuff. So. "112 beats a minute" is what I think we'll do. Remember the other day I was kind of like struggling through that. But practice makes better. And another thing, what this kind of does for you, this exercise, it works on that 2-sound level thing, to where you've got your accents are really strong and your non-accents are really quiet. Say, like for that last one I just did, here's the pattern. Let's see. I got to play it up to speed so I can play it slow. It's funny how playing something slow is sometimes harder than playing it fast. What I'm trying to show you is the first note of it is a snare drum. So let me go ahead and just play it to speed. Hear that first note? The downbeat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. See that one, just really super soft. If you can get those grace notes really quiet and just lay really kind of old Navy band term, lay dead. Get them to lay dead. Yeah, those that really that in itself is a good exercise to practice. Is your dynamics. Because what would you like if somebody shouted at you all the time? So it's good to be able to have a dynamic range in which you can express yourself, because drumming is like speaking in a lot of ways. And so I'm going to continue to speak. This is the next pattern, permutation study number 11. This has a small hi-hat on the, it's got a pedaled hi-hat with the foot, which makes it interesting. And I tend to put I use that particular technique quite a bit, so I have to almost tame my foot down to not do it in specific places here, because it just feels right to add my own to the exercise. But that's not really why we're here. I'm here to go through Garibaldi's method, which, by the way, there's a really cool play-along / drum chart on vicfirth.com I just found today in their education part. I saw David Garibaldi's face, and I said, I'm going to go download that one. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, so permutation study number 11, Future Sounds, page 33. I'm going to do it probably about 90 beats a minute, I think. 92. Bet that would sound good sped up, wouldn't it? cool. Anyway, back to it. Grindstone, boy. I should have said nose, grindstone. Nose to the grindstone. Damn it. Drumming makes me goofy. I got to tell you, these your eyes kind of start rolling back in your head a little bit as you do these. You know, they it's a lot of the same thing, and so it's hard. The hardest part about it is to get your head around where on the beat you're playing, because each of the phrases sounds different, even though it's the same thing. It's just starting in different points. Oh, okay. Jim's got a question. Okay. Hard match grip. Flams appear much more execute. No, traditional grip, match grip, it really is not going to matter which grip you use. It's how flexible you become within that grip. There is no advantage to using traditional grip. It's, if anything, it's disadvantageous because you've got to learn two systems. Let me get to the front here. This system in your left hand, which is using the fingers and the thumb in an odd way, and this system in the right hand, if you're left-handed, it'd be switched around. I tend to grab my stick from like the back side here with my pinkies. I use the back two fingers a lot because that's the farthest point from the rotation, the axis. So if you grab a bicycle wheel if it's all caked up with mud and you stick your fingers in close to the axis of it and you try to pull, that's like playing here in the front of your hand, you know, when you pinch real tight. And that's also not good for your joints. So I pull from back here, and so that's like grabbing the muddy tire from the very outer edge, and then you've got all that leverage and torque. It's also why they the Yakuza in Japan, the gangsters, why they want, you know, a piece of your little finger is because this is the most powerful finger on your hand, because it's you can't get a proper down draw with a sword. It dates back to the days of samurai. I never knew that until I heard it somewhere, and it made total sense to me. So, yeah, you once you get your little finger chopped off, you don't have that extra power back there. You don't have as much leverage as you could have. So, but I'm not going to go up against anybody who's trained with a sword. No hands are not. No fingers are not. Yeah, no. So, anyway, speaking of flams, this Steve Smith stuff, man, wow. Let's see, the things he does. Say it's right, left, flam, right, flam, left, right. So yeah, so that's basically swinging flams. Say right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right. And then there's the 4 permutations of it, which I'm not going to embarrass myself here because I'm going to sit down and practice this stuff on my own for a little bit before I come in here and put my foot in my mouth, or, you know, make myself look kind of, well, I just don't want to come in as half-baked as I usually do. Wait, that didn't come out right. Yeah, go watch that video and get back to me on that. That's really the cool thing. I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, as far as traditional grip or match grip, the thing that really helps you understand flams is the fact that you they're double strokes. So if you swing a flam, if you open it up, so left, right, so left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, See, it just tightens right into flams. out to double strokes. Swiss Army triplets. Double strokes, flams, Swiss Army triplets. So those are some things that, understanding that. And then the next thing is understanding the up and down strokes. Like the top of your stroke is 90 degrees, and the bottom of your stroke is here. So one hand down, one hand up. That's your mechanical, it's like your range of motion right there. And so when you're doing flams, so drop the one that's lowest like that, and then bring the top one up, bring the opposite hand to the top of the stroke. So left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Pay attention to your stick heights. So that's really what you should know about flams is stick height. And also, if you get into Gary Chafee's stuff, he has a whole section on Mahler stroke. Also, the newer accents and rebounds does. You've got full, down, tap, up. That's kind of a good exercise on its own. Full, down, tap, up. So a full stroke starts at the top, starts high and ends high. And a downstroke starts high, ends low. Tap stroke starts low, ends low. And then an upstroke starts low and ends high. I think doing a proper upstroke is probably the hardest thing in drumming because it's counterintuitive. It's a quiet stroke, but you're bringing it back like that. So you're starting low and you're still hitting the drum. You can still hear me making noise down here. But you're playing a backward stroke. You're coming back for the stroke like that. It's like pretend there's a drum behind your shoulder, and so you've got to start low. It's pretend like this pad is like super sticky, and you got to get on and off of it as quick as you can. As a matter of fact, you can take a little piece of paper. And if you're good, you can move that. You pretend like it's you're going to pick that piece of paper off of the snare drum. Like that. But chances are you won't. And the only reason why it moves so much there is because this is actually a Post-it note. So it's got some adhesive on the back. So if you actually saw me lift this piece of paper up like that, it would take great velocities of stick height to do that. So that's kind of that's sort of a visual aid to get your stick off the pad like that, but come all the way to the top of the stroke. And a really super easy exercise you can do. This is so full, down, tap, up, full, down, tap, up. Anyways, that's kind of the idea is to I got to work on those. But that's I've always maintained that playing the sticks, we play sticks. That is our instrument. Just because we have this accoutrement around us, all this big arrangement of cymbals and things to hit, that's your drum set. But your real instrument is your sticks, are your sticks. So practicing with your sticks on a pad is never a bad thing. Because if you can make this sound good on a pad, and practice pad is just it's a dry, dull surface. It's not going to really sound that great. But if you practice on a pad, you can do it anywhere. And let me turn the snares off. Jim Chapin's got a really cool video out. Search for Jim Chapin Power, Speed, Control, Endurance. It's a really good, it's dry as frickin' white bread cooked in the oven for too long. It's just crunchy, and it's just him on a practice pad. But he was like 70-something years old at the time when he did this video. This is back in the 80s, I guess. And oh man, that was great. Jim Chapin actually fixed my left hand for me. I had trouble with my left hand. I was trying to get it loose, and he took me aside at a NAMM show, gave me a short 5-minute drum lesson. But I attribute a lot of what he showed me to my style in this day and age, because he gave me a set of movements. You know, the full down tap up. He stressed that, but also he just got me to loosen up. He says, let me see your hands, and he kind of, did that thing, and positioned my hands, and he put the sticks in my hands for me, and said, here's your form right here. Okay, so that really helped me out. So yeah, get yourself a pad if you don't have one, and you can probably tell mine's slightly not round. And the reason I did that, so I can pack it in my backpack. Otherwise, it didn't fit. I was trying to take this. Well, I did take it on the last couple of tours, but I couldn't fit it in my backpack on the first one. And then so when I went to Asia, I took this out in the garage, and I got a chop saw, so I just took the edges off. And now it fits really nice in my backpack. So this is my travel practice pad, and it's pretty identifiable. So cool. All right. Well, probably not going to play much today. I've got some stuff going on this evening, and so I probably going to practice for a little while longer here. And well, tomorrow I got a band practice I'm going to, so I won't be here. And then Sunday I'll be doing it looks like it. And then back on schedule for Monday. But so I won't see you guys tomorrow, but I'll see you on Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now, and then you guys just have a good night. Have a happy Friday, and I thank you for showing up. All right, see ya.